Welcome. BlueRoseJelly. We've all done that. I realised I wasn't recording, so now we are. That's all right. I'm sure Winchy will forgive me for not doing the full recording, but that's fine. But Dean Wilf, I don't have time for a song request because I can't put copyrighted music on at the moment because it comes through the same audio channel as BlueRoseJelly. But I appreciate the question.
I'll have a face but no voice, which is opposite to what it usually is.
I know. You'll see her mouth moving and me responding to her, but no, that is getting recorded to the VOD now. Hopefully I've done that right this time, for God's sake. Maxim, great choice for co-caster. Thank you very much. I like to think I've got excellent taste in humans. Blue is one of my favourites. Hit Monitor, my man, Demon Werewolf, hooking me up with a new game idea. Ooh, I'm excited. Demon Wolf breathes in slowly and goes off to scream louder than Vegeta. Jesus, that is quite loud. Vegeta, obviously one of my favourite characters. Ryan the Vincible. I do like your new name, by the way. Just dub over the VOD. I'll do the voice of Blue.
Getting this damn thing over with.
Give me some sultry tones.
With some intro music. I love it. Always love it. Ryan, I'll do the voice of Blue. Yeah, I do know these things, like knitting and shit. I don't know how that works. Where's the game going? Doesn't look like we started fighting yet. No reason to jump into yet. Oh, I know. You can't do it. Ryan the Vincible, because I had it locked to your name. I'll have to get that changed over. No, I had it like user specific, so nobody could steal your intro music. We can't have people pretending to be you. I don't like it if your intro music playing and you weren't there. Here you go. I reckon I can probably do it though.
What are you doing, step bro?
There you go, Mr. Nicholas. Just put some hiya, and no one would know.
There you go.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Little bit of history on the two clans that we're watching today. EMV.
1 hour, 15, 25 seconds till we start.
24. Jesus Christ. What are we up to?
We're going.
I've fucking got to sort out some. That's the voice. That's the disembodied voice of Winchy. He's the one that set most of this up. He's running the NRD side of things. Whilst I'm setting up my camera, we'll talk about Emu War Veterans. They were a clan that came out of the last Big D Premier League. They were the Big D public side. Bunch of good lads in that. We can press that. We can set up my admin cam whilst we're going. And
This map looks epic on admin, I will just say.
oh, dude, I fucking love Remigan. Like, genuinely like Remigan. You guys can probably... I don't know whether you guys can hear that, but that was my... That's obviously... I have my first, given Demon Wolf is first. Hit Monitor's going to have a lurk. Enjoy your lurk, and thanks for the lurk, my guy. You guys didn't get to see the first video because for some reason I never sorted that up. I never sorted it out. I'll tell you what, if the game's just about to start... Is the game just about to start?
People are running. They're on the move.
Oh, shit. Let's get into the casting screen and let's get into this match. Looks like we're fighting over Remigan Bridge. Jesus, I love this fucking bridge. I don't know about you guys. Dean Wolf, remind the streamer to play the game.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me about it. What we're going to do with this, Blue has herself a camera as well, which I know brings everyone else joy. That is a truck going straight down the middle. Nobody's hit it with rockets yet. That blows my mind.
Well, it's not coming out this side. I can't quite see it. Just sitting... Oh, there it is. It's come through and someone's got it.
That truck's going to go down. It is going to provide a little bit of the Dr. Chid 50 bits. Stu, I can't say, but here are some bits, and I'm going to be lurking. Thank you very much. Love your work. I don't know whether I don't think I've got Brian saying it. On this casting screen, I've disabled quite a lot of the things. Just because we absolutely need to... Like, I can't have emotes flying everywhere. It blows my mind. Who's blue and who's red? Excellent question. Red is going to be the Emu War Veterans team. Demon Wolf, well, this birthday demon should get some rest and food. Enjoy, Demon. Brian, I think I turned Brian off for these casting screens. So the red, up the top of your screen, you can see, that is the logo for the Emu War Veterans. NRD are going to be in the blue. NRD is playing as the Germans this time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spend most of my time with my camera, giving you guys a bit of an outside look. Blue's going to get nice and down and dirty with the action. That sounded worse than I think it should have on stream, but that's all right. So let's switch over to Blue's cam, see what she's looking at the moment.
Well, I'm currently under the bridge, and it is dirty because it is filthy, and that guy on the right just exploded. So we're gonna follow Lucky and hopefully not be Angel of Death with the casting cam.
Right, absolutely.
As everyone knows, as soon as you pick someone to follow, they get killed.
I'm pretty sure this is what the song was about when Red Hot Chili Peppers were singing it. God damn it. So what I've done is Blue is on the other side. So if you have a look at the top of your screen, you'll see the icons corresponding to the team, as of course is tradition. As soon as we start looking at them. That is just a pile of bits, ladies and gentlemen. It is a hard-fought battle over the middle point. So from Winchy was telling me, what we're doing at the moment is that these squads are just sort of concentrating on some squad movement, figuring out, just in their individual squads, how they're going to be attacking, how the communications is going to go between them. And that's what this sort of BPL warm-up match, I can use English, warm-up match is all about. I don't know about you guys, I'm a little bit. It is at 50v50. It's not 50v50, Maxim. I was led to believe it's going to be about 15 to 20 aside, give or take. So they're going to be choosing points to fight over. And 30v30, there you go. BPL, obviously the BPL format is 30v30. I think we're a little less than that today. Just some of the lads are just sort of ironing out some of their squad stuff. I thought this would be a little interesting to get into, and I thought it'd be worth casting, just so you guys can see how some of the big D affiliate clans are going to start sorting out how they're going to approach the tournament. We saw that a little bit last night. The game between Gary Busters and OC last night, that wasn't casted, I don't think. It was more just sort of to try and iron out the kinks with the new format. I'm not sure where we're going to go with it, but at this stage, it looks like the new BPL format will be 30v30. As long as we can get people to sign on to it, we're good. It will be a full match, and it will have artillery and potentially more tanks. All that's going to get ironed out over the next sort of couple of weeks whilst we have a lead into, whilst we start sorting out the new BPL, but it's a bit exciting. Maxim says, this is a great map to do it to, 100%. I love this map. Like, there's something about fighting over the choke point. There's a bridge choke point. Yeah, you heard me. How they can tackle the bridge. Yeah, 100%. Blue, what are you looking at the moment?
I'm currently looking at Prawn Hub on the top of the bridge. He's made it up there. He's having a look. He's obviously playing Commander, so he's got his binoculars out, probably looking for a bombing run. And yeah, that I have no idea how he got up there.
I know.
I've seen people up there, but did he just run up the little corner, maybe? Just jump up that diagonal thing, possibly? And I don't believe you can actually get onto the top of the bridge, which is... I feel like I've said this far too often during these casts when we're looking at people in weird positions. But where's Tattoo? That guy would know. Yeah, let's just quickly message Tattoo to confirm our suspicions.
You're right. But Ryan says, choke point, Daddy. Oh, you heard me.
They are pushing up the bridge, I will say. They've come up from underneath, and they seem to be getting up the ladders. Oh, Chowie's fallen into the river, and he's going to drown. There he goes.
Look, I did think that was a bit of an... There we go. Lucky 10 falling off as well. It's an interesting strategy from the EMU War veterans. Jumping into the river from the bridge. Obviously, it's not working out as well as I think they would have hoped.
No, I've done that before. We did that in a tank. Rolled off right at the edge, and we just made it out of the river because we were close enough to the shore when we backed up.
There you go. Question from chat is, from Max, how big of a role do camos play with the comp matches? To be fair, not much of a role. The only one I know is Foy Boys love to stick on a white helmet, but look, I wonder if it's something that anybody actively looks at and says, hey, this map, we really should be using this camo, because it's just harder to see. And if it's, especially in comp maxes, when I'm just going to switch over my screen so we can have a look at a little bit of an extended view of what the battlefield's doing. When that time for target acquisition, if you, with a better camo, if that becomes 5 seconds instead of 4 seconds, I wonder if that's something some of the teams are going to be looking at. Devi?
Timing is definitely a difference, I think. We timed it yesterday, because is it Utah?
Yep.
What are the beach ones? They changed it so you don't come in on the landing craft. You actually spawn on the big ships. and sometimes you get spawned right at the back, around the corner. And we timed it to see how fast you could get to the beach. And running in certain directions, through stuff, over stuff, jumping down the hole, it's 5 seconds faster, which I think can play into it, especially if you're trying to redeploy on an OP.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Ryan says the biggest thing with camos is just the white helmets are very visible. I've often wanted to test if you're playing on Foy, which for the uninitiated is obviously the snow map. Is the white helmet of benefit? I feel like there's enough buildings and stuff, so if you're in cover, it probably wouldn't be.
You're lying on the snow, maybe behind, you know, how you crawl and there's just like you're in a tiny little hill bit. If you wanted to peek over the top, possibly the white helmet could blend in far enough that they may not see you, if that's the only thing that's sticking out. Because sometimes what you see is from behind this little snow mound is someone's helmet. That's it.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, it's not something I've actively thought about changing, but I wonder if I should. I'll tell you what, Snazzy McGee running straight past Lucky 10 there. Surely they've got to know each other there. Surely, turn around!
Turn around!
Here we go.
Oh
He figured it out. Snazzy McGee taking out a Lucky 10 there. I don't quite know how that happened. Oh my god. Never mind. Obviously, sometimes during this game, sometimes your command chat, your squad chat, your proximity chat is absolutely going ballistic, and he just might not have been able to hear him. But that's one to look back at and go, how the hell? There you go. Finally, he's going down there. Having a look at this, what is it? This is the NRD push. RD, Torren, Red Bull Shooter, and Thix taking up position in the middle of the bridge there, sort of just a little further, and they'll just be trying to wait for reinforcements, see if they can't push the rest of this EMV and TFK team out.
Oh, I see.
Gary Marker.
I saw that shot. That's a good spot. I got FedEx. I saw Snazzy go down, and I was like, who shot him? I'm currently sitting behind FedEx, who's playing sniper. He's in the tower. That's not the word for it, but he's in the tower, and he's chilling through the window and having a look and sniping them as they go up those stairs, just as they come up the stairs. So you can't actually come up on this side because that's the only way up.
Right? Yeah, that's very true. There are a lot of garrison markers for the NRD team. That's what we're looking at on the map at the moment. I'll just switch over and let's have a quick squiz at that. If you guys can see it on this map here, there are a couple around here. Blue, can I just get you to have a look at your map? And are there any airheads and or garrisons on the NRD side of the bridge?
There is a airhead in D5 up the top, right by the church, just up in here. But on chat, Pranab said disregard the airhead. So I don't know if they're actually letting it go or if that's kind of their thing of maybe they'll turn around and have a look.
Okay.
And they've taken it down, so they're not on the bridge.
Looks like there's an airhead on the south side of the bridge as well. That'll be an NRD airhead. Or looking at it down here, Snazzy McGee is just chilling and having a look at it. I don't think we've had any particular spawns on it. Look, given this is a training map, I do wonder whether or not whether or not they're specifically just fighting over the bridge, just figuring out whether they can get that sort of inter-squad communication going over that middle point, and disregarding any other plays that would get them around.
It's a good map to do. If you're just doing 15 and you're fighting over 1 point, just do the bridge. There's not enough people to really do those big flanking maneuvers where you're like, oh, I'm going to go into the other side of the map and then just go round. There's not enough, so just fight over the bridge, really. You just got to get on the bridge.
Yeah, potentially. I think you might actually be right. Although, I'll tell you what, Thix has spawned there, so I guess he's disregarding anything else. It is interesting, obviously, in Remagen, they've got an airhead over the other side, and what they've done is deployed one person onto it, and that's Thix. He's going to be by himself. Usually when you get that airhead on the other side of the bridge, the entire team spawns on it, you flank the bridge, and you take the position. So, I'm not too sure what's going on. But, I don't know, something different.
There's only certain points you can really take the bridge. But what is interesting on this map is most of the middle point is in water. But just along the edges, you've got some land. So you can kind of proxy cap the next side if you're on your side. Because of where the little nubbins are.
Okay. I did have a game of sniper in one of those towers on the bridge the other day. Jesus, it feels like cheating, doesn't it? Like,
Currently looking at 2 snipers. One's in the bridge and one's up on the hill. So it's got some good vantage points.
yeah,
An
so we're looking
MG
at
in the tower.
MG in the tower does feel nice as well.
Mm.
A little bit of backwards and forwards. It looks like the EMV are starting to push under the bridge here. Jesus, every time. Does anybody else just think Red Hot Chili Peppers literally every time they mention fights under the bridge? No, Tomcat's going ballistic, taking out RD, it looks like then. Now going down. Probably Torren that took him out that time. A little bit of a fight underneath. I feel like under the bridge is something that gets a little neglected. Obviously, all the glory's on top when you push across. Mackle, lol. Hey. Daytime, Max in chat says, daytime Remigan is so easy to see airheads and drops. Yeah, dude, absolutely it is. Nighttime Remigan, obviously where it's at. I do like myself a good nighttime map. It just changes the dynamic of everything that you're looking at. Especially the American side. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Oh, for sure.
Max says he's more of a Zephyr song guy. Myself. Hey. Yeah. So
Well,
a little
there
bit
goes Emu under the bridge. They're all been taken down, but their OP is still up there.
Okay, let's swing over and have a look at what Jelly's looking at.
What? Something just fell from the sky.
Yeah, it looked like that
There's
was
an
NRD
OP.
supplies. NRD supplies just went down into the middle of the bridge there.
It wasn't a very light kind of parachute fall. I think it hit the top of the bridge and just slammed. Oh, and there goes someone's bits.
Look, let's just hope that those supplies, despite the hard landing, are in good, are still doing okay.
Well, they're sitting there, just over there. Oh, can Coffee go get them? They're just there, right there. Come on.
Get
There
the
it is.
supplies, yeah?
Yes, see them. I think they're trying to get a garrison up on the bridge, which I think is a good point. If you can get it behind some boxes. I honestly haven't tried getting a garrison up on there. I just abandoned that thought and put it in the towers and wait until I get to the other side.
Nice. Maxim says, I've seen supplies fall in the water, never to be seen again.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
If they're German supplies, oh, dude, they've just got that sort of such a small hitbox to land on the bridge. Well, that's actually historically accurate. The German supplies didn't work once they became waterlogged. So there you go. A little bit of historical accuracy. I'm going to switch over to my screen at the moment. I just love the lighting effect you get off some of these flares. It looks delicious, doesn't it?
It's terrifying on a night map. You see that go up, and you have a general direction, but realistically, you have no idea where they came from. And then, because you can shoot them actually quite far before they explode. I just tried it once, and that was about it. But it lights up the map so nicely on a night map. But then if you're kind of in it, you're like, oh crap, they can see me.
Oy, that was a satchel. Good lord.
That just wiped everyone from mid.
Yeah,
And now they're
yeah.
pushing back in. They're gone.
It was one of those, nobody gets to play today satchels. We're just going to wipe everyone, and let's reset.
I have... Oh, there goes another flare. I have seen, though, I heard someone dropped supplies on the German side on the hill. And one of the first things people discovered quite quickly when dropping supplies is that if it doesn't land properly, it's going down the hill.
No, of course, yeah. So you guys wanted a garrison down the hill, right? Yeah. That's why I dropped the supplies there and let them roll down. Yeah, I felt it was easier.
Yep, totally, absolutely. It was all on purpose, but it's very difficult up that hill to get anything there, and to like if you put your tank up there, it's great, but then you are incredibly exposed from the American side as well.
Ryan says, gonna go have a lurk. Gonna go have a game myself and then cook dinner. We'll lurk. Hey, look after yourself, Ryan. It is a goddamn pleasure to have you back around this place, my friend. Maxim says, but what if the Germans were just dropping water buckets in those supplies? That is very, very true. I might have to start shooting the supplies whilst they're in the air, just in case they contain water buckets.
I caught them whilst they were dropping, but I do want to draw your attention to my screen for quick. Six is in the tower on the other side. He got past. So I don't know how. I didn't see it, but they're currently all running in the wrong direction. You guys got to go up the tower. He's up there.
I think Fix was the one lad that spawned on that airhead that was in behind before. So, geez,
Possibly, yeah.
it does look like a bit of a scramble from the Emu War veterans at the moment, just trying to
Was
figure
that
out what's
another
going on.
satchel?
Oh,
That
love it.
something just exploded and wiped all the blueberries.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
Can you
know
have
if
a
they know
look?
he's up there.
Is anybody on artillery? Because it looks like they've started to use artillery now. Winchy, the
Oh.
commander, sitting back on Artie. So I'm wondering if that's what we're looking at the moment. It looked like
Yeah, we've got someone on our side on Artie. So they might be starting to try and get Artie up on it.
okay, and that's sort of rolling into the way we're going to be playing the Big D Premier League this year. Obviously, Artie not a factor, wasn't used during the last season, but with the move to 30v30s and the importance that Artie plays in, especially some of the international scrims we've been seeing, like I think it's a good move moving into using Artie.
Oh, for sure. In a 50v50, everything goes. It's like a pub match, just a little bit more organized.
Yeah.
I say a little bit because those trucks, when you go to the point, they still get stuck. Everything goes to shit from there. It's so tense in those things, and Artie, if you can get it on point, oh, something exploded. It messes up your day. You can't get into a point. You can't hold a point.
No, I know.
It'd be great to see.
And I think anybody that has played Hell Let Loose has PTSD about that whistling noise of the Artie coming in, knowing
they
that is
changed it. They changed it. It's less whistle now, more of a whoosh.
more of a
But
whoosh.
still,
is it?
yeah, they swapped it for the precision strikes, which now has that plain whizzing sound that you know that's coming down on you. They are.
The sound of
That's-
that is one of my favorite things that they have changed. With the introduction of the Stuka and the precision strikes, that siren noise, when you know you can hear that overhead, it sounds absolutely delicious, doesn't it?
We did that yesterday in Warguesser, which you
GeoGuessr.
guys should
Yeah.
come and see. We dropped a precision strike on our heads. The bomb, you can see the bomb right until it hits the ground. It's freaking hilarious.
I know, I didn't know that until we were looking up. Obviously, playing GeoGuessr with Blue yesterday, and some very good lads. We had Crash Marine come in and help us, and we had Colonel Matthews from the 10th Mounted Division as an international guest. Obviously, he beat all of us because that guy's map knowledge is like nothing else I've ever seen. Who did you have on your side?
I had Weathered Gumby from Big D.
There you go. The man himself, Weathered Gumby. You came away with the win. You got a point over me, so that series is tied up now.
Yes.
Blue versus Stu, we're absolutely... Oh, I was nervous. I was tired. I was nervous. It was horrible.
Vix is still alive in the building up the top. This is fantastic. He did pull out his rocket before as he heard someone coming up the stairs, and then he put it away for his gun again, and I figured that's probably a smart move. Don't be firing your bazooka rockets indoors. It's not the best move. You can get yourself quite easily.
Yeah,
But
there you
he's
go.
been alive for a lot longer than I thought he would.
I feel like that's good general life advice for people watching this stream is don't fire explosives in an enclosed space.
Yep. And have your exit strategy for when you throw that grenade, honestly, because it's going to hit something,
Right.
it's going to bounce right back at you.
Right, everybody has heard that panicked yell. Bad nade! Bad nade!
Bad name.
Oh, shit.
Oh, here we go. He's got the rockets out. He's gone for them. And
Little
he's
bit of-
just wiped them.
Little bit of historical fact from Max for you. In real life, the Germans had an experimental AA gun on the cliff, so they were holding out as long as possible to try and get it out. So I guess so it didn't get captured by the Allies, and they didn't get one up on the Germans. There you go.
Oh. And now in
Mac-
this game, we just stick tanks and AT guns up the top of the cliff anyway.
Right? Max in chat says, I wish the precision strike wasn't a 20-minute cooldown. It does feel... 20 minutes feels long.
Minutes. That's long. Because you can finish a game in 20 minutes, like if you
Yeah.
steamroll.
Yeah, 100%
But if you
can.
hold out, I guess 3 or 4 if you time them right.
Yeah, but still, that's... And I feel like I don't know whether they've found... Look, I don't play Commander very often, but just listening to sort of the chatter around the place, there you go. That was was that a rocket or was that a tank that shot that one?
Don't know. I just saw something explode. Oh, and Blackbeard's got 6 in the top of the tower. I think they finally figured out he's there.
Oh yeah, like they had to eventually. Obviously, Aussie Blackbeard, one hell of a streamer. Go give him a look if you haven't already. So that was bread. That was bread on an AT gun. Map has been changed, so it looks like they're rolling it again. They're happy enough with the NRD push that they were able to push them out of the middle of that point. Then, do we chalk that one up as a win for NRD?
I think so. I think they had that point for most of the time.
Yeah. I'll give that to them. It does look like the other team does look like TFK. I don't have the logo for them, but Task Force Koala, one of the other damn good sides rolling around the Australian competitive scene. Map's changed. Let's if your face is on blue, I might switch over to our thing whilst we set up cameras again.
Oh, yep.
Here
Get some lighting in there, seeing as like my lamp's broken.
So yeah, as you can see, we've just done a map change. Just gonna flip it a couple of times. Hopefully, get that bridge point again.
Okay, we'll have a chat. That was the disembodied voice of Winchy. He's organising a lot of this stuff. Mackle has just said, Stu and Blue, I'm heading to bed. Good luck and have fun. Thank you very much, Mackle. It is always a goddamn pleasure to see you lads around here. Aaron Bask, one of your friends, I'm led to believe, Blue, from your stream, has just said, Blue!
Oh, hey, Aaron.
There you go. She has a face! Hey, Maxim says, win for NRD because they had at least 3 people jump off the bridge. Do you think that's what did it for them? Were the corpses in the river starting to clog up the works for EMV and TFK? Is that what really turned the tide of this match, Max?
I reckon I definitely saw 2 people fall in the river on my side, and surprisingly, they're alive for a bit. I wonder, I've heard rumors that you can actually throw yourself off the bridge and run, like, get out of the water if you're fast enough. I can't remember which side going which direction.
I will
but
absolutely
I definitely want to try it.
I'll absolutely have to look into that because that's genuinely important. What we're doing at the moment, you can sort of see it up here. I know it's a little small. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what was happening at the moment. But we are rolling the map until the center point is the bridge again. Maxim says it scared the other team. That is a very good point. Perhaps they were just trying to establish dominance by having 17 of the lads jump off the bridge and go, we don't even care. We can just jump off the bridge. It doesn't matter what happens from here.
Yeah.
Ryan says, yeah, I do it all the time on both sides, apparently. There you go. It's a strategy. I'd never even contemplated jumping off the bridge.
You know what I do want to do, though? I want to get a truck, drive it as fast as I can down the thing, and then veer right off and see how far back can I dump it into the water and make it. Because, that could be a strat as well with the transport truck.
That's a very good point. Like the Yellow Submarine Mark II. Like obviously the well-known strategy on Carentan is to take a transport or a supply truck across the river at the top of that match. Yellow Submarine number 2. I like it. I think I'm into it.
I don't know if it's a submarine, more of a... Well, how do you describe that? A cliff dive type thing.
I could
less of a submarine, more of a yeet.
But Yellow Yeet, I don't think would have had the same impact as a song from the Beatles, but we'd have to check that one out. The problem is...
I think they need to go back and rewrite that.
To try that, though, I'd have to switch... That's right. I'll do a rewrite and stick it up in the channel at some stage. Yeah, the lack of syllables in the word yeet's probably going to cause me some issues, but that's all right. I'll deal with it somehow. Maxim says, I love a good supply truck bridge. Oh, he does too. He's been doing a little bit of work trying to find different ways for infantry to get across bodies of water by just having bulk trucks in there.
Oh, yes, for Purple Heart Lane. I have heard tale of this. Stack the trucks, see if you can use them as a bridge. I like that idea.
Right?
It does rely on you getting in the water, though. Maybe just do like 3 or 4 at once, and the first one goes in, maybe the second one can go over the top of it or something.
Oh, yeah, just like some sort of reverse truck Jenga. I like it.
Yeah.
There you go. We're going to start. We're going to go grab ourselves a cheeky little infantry squad so we can jump in. They've just rolled it. The middle point is the bridge. They're going to spend a little bit of time going to cap that, and we'll get back into a little bit of stuff. Aaron from chat says, yeah, I'm Blue's friend. Heck, who isn't Blue's friend? She's one of the best people I've met on Twitch, and if you're not, what are you even doing with your life? We don't know each other from person, sadly, only on Discord. There you go. I like that the world is like this at the moment. Some of the people I've met in playing Hell Let Loose over Discord, in Twitch, just some of the best humans. Anybody that obviously hangs around this chat is a damn good egg, and I won't hear anybody say anything bad about them. And Aaron, given you now follow this channel, you count as well. You're a damn good egg. I don't have my good egg button. Disappointingly.
You don't?
I don't. I have like 2 separate, Stream Deck profiles, and I haven't put the good egg button on it. Oh, wait. Aaron's following now. I didn't realize. Well, okay. Obviously, now that you're a good egg, Blue Rose, thank you very much for the good eggs. Enjoy that follow emote. That is one of the ones that I'm most proud of. I should probably sort out the spectator
It's such a good emote.
Oh, I'm okay with it.
Made it to the bridge before the teams. And technically before warm-up has ended as well, but I feel good about myself. There we go.
Good. Very good. Obviously, they have those impassable barriers. That's actually historically accurate, Blue. The Nazis during World War II obviously used their occult powers to stop the Allied advance a lot earlier than they were expecting, and they couldn't pass them. So there you go. There's a little bit of historical fact for you.
I just noticed as well, we are actually technically on the other side now. So you're on EWV side and I'm on NRD's.
Absolutely. I think the way I've set it up is that the icons up the top of the screen when I switch over to my casting screen should still have NRD as blue for me.
Yep.
And Emu War Veterans on yours, if I go and have a squiz at that, should still be blue for you. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. A little bit of midstream. Fuck, did I get that right? It turns out I did. I did something right. You can't win them all, but that time we absolutely did. Maxim, why didn't they put the invisible walls on D-Day? That's actually a very good point. The occult unit in France was actually moved out 3 days before D-Day. They'd obviously been maintaining those invisible barriers for the weeks leading up to D-Day, but some of that misinformation that was spread by the Allies prior to the D-Day landings meant that the occult unit that was skilled in putting up those invisible barriers actually wasn't present when the landings happened. And I think that's part of the biggest reason that the D-Day landings were successful. Hey, Blue, if you didn't notice, I talk a bunch of shit.
It's the best, honestly. Are they going to set up garrisons? Have we gotten to the bridge a little too fast?
I think we have got to the bridge a little earlier than we probably should have.
Oh, well, I'm going to stand on the top of the bridge and assert my dominance. That's what we're going to do.
I like it. I like it. Getting your Gandalf on prior to the teams getting there brings me a bit of joy.
No one's going to pass now.
I don't know whether I had it. I used to have a command. I don't think I've ever used it, but let's see if that works. Nah, doesn't work. I've obviously deleted it along the ways, but I used to have a Gandalf quote in there.
Oh, nice. I'm seeing all the supplies dropping, and from the top of the bridge, I will say, the view is very pretty.
Oh, let's swing over and have a look at Blue.
You can see quite a bit. I'm just currently sitting just on the top. So I'm looking at, I think it is NRD, popping into view, and then over here, can't really see anyone coming down the hill, but I am half expecting to see a supply truck tumble straight down.
Oh, I know we were talking about chucking them off the bridge and finding a quick way across it before, but that is my favourite thing on this, is yeeting trucks off that cliff.
There they are. Coming down the side there.
There we go. I was thinking about doing, what if we had a truck skeet shooting session where we sort out, you and me can sit down the bottom of the hill, Blue, with rocket launchers, and we can we can yell pull, and have one of the friends of the stream start driving trucks off the cliff, and we can do some sort of ruck skeet shooting. Obviously, I'll invite Repurpose along, given that she's literally an Olympic level.
She's an Olympic skeet shooter, isn't she? Yeah.
Yes. Also, one of the best recon players in the history of Hell Let Loose.
Oh, she's terrifying. She's just if you place a Gary, it's like that. I have seen it meme. It's that's Repurpose.
Yeah,
if you're placing it, she's seen
100%.
it. Even if she's not there, she can see it.
She's got a sixth sense for it, doesn't she?
Yep.
Max, friend of the stream, has said he's like a correspondent in the field at the moment, because he's just said, bad news, the river is too deep for a supply truck bridge. He's just tried it.
Oh, on Remagen? Probably.
Yeah.
You know
Actually,
what? Let's go have a look. Let's go into the water. Let's do it. Oh, that's dark.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little darker than I was expecting. I did the same thing, and I've gone, actually not going to switch over to my screen.
It's pretty. I think it's about 2 humans. So it's too many trucks, I think. That's a lot of trucks to get across that bridge.
We'll switch over to my screen at the moment. Just watching a little bit of the setup at the moment. Obviously, we're doing some training prior to BPL. This is, if you're just joining us, what we're doing at the moment is the Big D Premier League is coming up. A lot of that's being sorted out at the moment. Dates haven't been set yet, but it is coming up in the next few weeks, I believe. Potentially the next month. Max says, damn devs ruining the fun. Why did you ruin my fun, goddammit? So what this is at the moment, what we're doing is we're watching a few of the clans. NRD mainly, this is being played on the NRD training server. And it looks like we've got Emu War Veterans and Task Force Koala providing the opposition. And this is just giving a lot of the guys a chance to sort out some of their tactics, sort out some of their squads prior to BPL, and you're seeing a lot of the affiliated clans doing this. Blue, I know you were involved in one last night where we're trying to iron out the kinks. It was a 30v30, which will be the new format. And that was between Gary Busters and our clan, Only Clans, OC.
Yeah, it's pretty much you got to figure out if we're going to make BPL a bit bigger.
Yep.
What else do we need to change? Do we stick? Because the last time, what was it? 25v25, hold midpoint, no arty in one tank or no tanks? Don't think there were tanks.
In BPL, there was one
Yeah.
tank per side.
One tank, but no arty. So now it's gone up. It's like, do we add a second tank or the ability to have a second tank if you want? If we're adding, if we're adding artillery, like how much of it needs to change and stuff. So it seemed to be a good thing. It just need to work out a few things, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. And like even around arty, like there's been a lot of discussion around like how much artillery do we allow? Do we allow 2 people on arty, or is one person on arty too overpowered? Too overpowered. Who says that out? Too OP. Too OP if there's only 30 players per match.
I think one arty gun would be good. Like you can only have one arty gun, whether you have 2 people on it or not. Like that doesn't change. It just means you reload slightly faster. But I think one of those, a tank, maybe the last 15 minutes, you can pull in a second tank if you want.
Okay.
And if you're going to cap all points, that sort of thing. But you've only got 30 people playing a full game, really. So people are going to have to get really sneaky and with their tactics of what they do.
Yeah, it's definitely a different style of game. Watching the BPL stuff is like after switching between some of the 50v50s that we've been watching lately and that sort of 30v30 BPL style match, it's definitely a very different game. And this is what you're seeing now is a lot of these clans just getting around how it's going to work and what they need to do differently. Aaron Bask says, "I want a railway gun." Oh, that sounds genuinely delicious. You'd have to even it up somehow. Are there? No, there's rail tracks on both sides of these, but how good would that be? Maybe, like, I don't know how they'd do it. I don't know how it would work, but the idea of that sounds absolutely delicious, my friend.
Oh, you could have it on Stalingrad as well. There's a bunch of train tracks in that one as well.
Whoa.
And what else? Carentan has the train tracks down the bottom.
Carentan. Carentan, obviously the home of all Karens. Maxim says it'll only cost 10k fuel to get it. Talking about the supply truck bridges. It's fine. It's I can't afford this tank because we're currently building a bridge. Fuck you.
Yeah. There is a little boat I have seen on the American side, and you can kind of hide behind it a little bit if you wanted to snipe, but it's not. It's very open. I think they changed it a bit. The American side is a lot flatter than it is in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, during GeoGuessr, Max went to the trouble of finding historical photos. Some of them were in-game photos, but some of them were historical photos of some of these battlefields and areas that they fought over. And we had to sit there and figure out where on this map was this historical photo taken. And you're absolutely right. Having a look at it, it was a lot flatter. Look, I'm glad they've gone with it like this in-game, because historical accuracy is one thing, but having a look at... like having these genuinely like different features, I think has made this map really stand out from some of the other ones. Like this cliff that we're looking at the moment, some of the strategies around that and the different levels involved and the different points you can snipe over has been really cool to play. Maxim just says, Mum says it's my turn to get a railway gun and spawns it. Aaron says Pacific maps would be nice in this game too. Oh, I think
I want Australia versus Japan at Kokoda. Debs, where are you?
Don't even get me started. Please do that.
Because we could have that. Then the American versus Japanese. So there's 2 maps, kind of like the Russians. And then we could have Australians versus Germans, Sage Brook or something, because the American Germans are already in the game.
Well, I know they've talked about having the Commonwealth Forces for a while now, and I've been looking forward to it. Those of you that hang around this channel know I do own a Lee Enfield rifle from 1942, and I just want to have my gun in the game. Is it too much to ask? Good Lord. Or a Bren gun. There's so many good options. The Commonwealth Forces had so many very cool rifles and different forms of firearms that I'd just love to see. I'd love to play around with some of that stuff.
If the British forces are British/Commonwealth and in the uniforms they have, Anzac uniforms, Indian uniforms, like if they have that, I'm down for it.
That is very true.
Like that is bare minimum. If we could have uniforms representing those people who fought under England, okay. But also we could have our own maps and our own,
100%. And it's an Aussie company. Surely they can just pop over and map it out for us.
Why weren't we in it first?
Right? And that's a very good point. The Commonwealth Forces, obviously when you think of Commonwealth Forces, you're thinking about generally your Britons and your English people. But there were a bunch of different forces that fought under those banners, including the Aussies. I want to have a slouch hat. And a lot of the Indians, the Indian teams. Jesus, this isn't a game. The Indian regiments, like the Gurkhas, obviously famed for how well they fought and the opposition they put up in various theatres around the world.
Oh, for sure. I mean, bare minimum, please give us at least the uniforms so we could have it. But, I mean, there's probably a point where they go, there were a lot of people who fought from a lot of different countries running out of maps and space. That's
all right. Just send me free. I just want free Slouch Hat DLC. It's not not too much to ask for, is it?
Can we not have it as DLC and just have it? Can we have it in the uniforms? Make the British uniforms DLC.
Yeah, exactly.
The Australian Gurkha uniforms is like the actual British Forces uniforms. There we go. That's what we
Maxim says Kokoda, SMH.
Yeah. That would be amazing for offensive, though. Because,
it would, legit.
Yeah, pushing from one side. It is literally a trail. They'd have to actually add extra points on the sides because it's, down the hill in the jungle.
I've walked around there. It is little more than a goat track in places. You think that it was this big thing that people fought over. It wasn't.
Round 2 is starting at 1 hour 15.
1 hour and 15. It's in 1 minute's time. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Aaron from chat says USMC versus the IJM would be cool. Yeah, absolutely. I think that was something that worked really well in Battlefield and some of those games. So, I'd love to see that. It's lots of the different theatres of war that they could absolutely go to, and I'd be looking forward to it. The Bren gun is my go-to for the British support on Battlefield 5. But I will see Aaron. He said it in the chat before, but a very big Battlefield lad and a damn good human and a follower of the channel now. Good Lord. And Republic of China, now Taiwan, helped out. Yeah, they did too. No politics. The vid I watched, they had to use mules for a lot of it to resupply. Yeah, mules and I know it sounds like I'm saying something horribly racist, but the New Guinea natives were known during the war as the Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels. The Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels. They were damn good humans, and you speak to a lot of the you see a lot of the interviews from some of the Australian... But there you go. Match on. We're going to fight here. A lot of machine gun fire going down. Baron sitting on top of the truck there. The truck just trying to get through. Obviously, they put up too many barricades for him to do so. But hopefully that little makeshift tank is going to make its way down the bridge now. There we go.
Oh, he just ruined a transport truck and a couple of boys down this end as well. So that was a good shot. Yeah. So you can, if you're in a tank, you can shoot from one end to the other, but There's only one way to go.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Aaron, yep. Also Blues follower. I mean, what? Good to have you around here. We're gonna follow this track in. See how far down it gets. Charon sitting on top, providing a little bit of fire support there.
Fix is underneath as an AT. He's probably in the wrong spot.
All right, let's switch over to have a look at you and see what the hell's going on there.
This is what I can see. I can see the truck coming this way. Oh, there goes Fix. But Red Bull is engineer. I wonder if he has a satchel. How do I tell? Oh, he's satchel class. He's got that shoddy. Although I don't know if anyone is in the truck anymore. That may not be going anywhere. But the tank is shooting down, so those boys are going to be hugging the edge of that bridge.
Yeah, 100% they will. Max in chat says, I love the mobile supply truck machine gun. I feel like it's more powerful than, it looks more powerful than some of the Russian tanks. The Russian armored vehicles look like they'd be on par with it.
I don't like that Russian tank, the Beetle looking one. I just call it the Beetle. I think it's the Recon one.
Yeah, it looks rough, doesn't it? It looks like somebody's got a truck and slapped some bits of metal on it.
It looks like they got a transport truck or something and just stuck a tank turret on it. And I made that comment one time and they went, oh yeah, that's kind of what they did.
Right? Max says he's going to have to borrow that one. You're more than welcome to it, my friend. NRD, looks like they've pushed out far better than EMU War veterans at the moment. Taking the middle point. There you go. Tomcat is the tip of the spear. Was the tip of the spear. I know he's got into the truck. He didn't die. He's being backed up by FedEx, RD, Karen, Chowie, and Bread and Aussie Blackbeard. That's the extent of the NRD lads on the bridge at the moment. It looks like they're just sort of sorting out. What do you got, Blue? Let's move over.
They flipped that truck. Not wrong one. Other cam. He flipped the truck.
Oh.
He hit it, and then he got caught on that gap. There's a hole in the floors, and he took a tire to it, and he hit the edge. So he didn't quite make it to the end, and then he's been shot out of it. But I don't know if anyone can hit it. Red Bull and Snazzy are a little bit further forward, and everyone else is kind of in the pylon. So that truck may be sitting there for a little bit.
It might do. There we go. We're looking at the bridge at the moment. FedEx still continuing his push up. Maxim from chat says, hear me out. 4 MGs on top of a supply truck. Thoughts? The thought is terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
there you
answer
go.
is yes.
From Blue, 100%, we're doing this. Let's do that. Trauma's True stream. We're just going to run around. Supply truck MGs. That's what we're going to do for the match. There you go.
Nice.
Pack wagon. That is a very good call. Geez, I hope they just keep introducing stuff on this. Every time they put something new in, it makes me happy, Aaron. If they could just keep doing it, that'd bring me joy. Snazzy McGee pushing up. I don't think he's realised, but FedEx is sort of sitting behind him at the moment. Iron just needs to look to his right. FedEx managing to sneak by on that right side of the bridge. Red Bull seems to know he's there.
Passing each other on. Up, and he's down.
There you go. Red Bull taking out FedEx. He seemed to be the only one from the EMV side that noticed that there was somebody flanking on the other side of the bridge. Iron, one hell of a player there. Snazzy Big E as well. Good lads. They're making up the recon squad for the EMV team. They're going to be the tip of the spear at the moment. Tip of the spear, you heard me. Aaron says, I mean, if the devs need ideas, they can just try and hit me up. I'll pass on your number. I don't know who I'm going to pass it on to. I don't speak with the devs. I feel like I probably should in some way, shape, or form. But he says he's full of ideas and stuff most of the time. Are all your ideas good, though, Aaron? Well, okay, everything has been so far.
I didn't realise it was a half track down the other end of the bridge. I thought they had a tank. They may not be running tanks, but that half track is for sure messing it up. They're just putting rounds straight down that bridge. If anyone tries to cross the middle, they are going to get absolutely sliced in half.
There you go. We're having a look at that at the moment. What you're seeing is Gary's Mod Rod. Gary's Mod Rod. Those of you that didn't know, half tracks now have machine guns. I think that's huge.
I gotta use it, but then again, it does kind of give it away. Well, does it give it away, or does it kind of be like, oh, there's an MG or a half track? Could be both now.
I figured it adds a bit of utility to the half tracks, in that you can still use them to be that sneaky point around the back that they didn't realize was there, and just don't use the machine gun. Or you can be a little bit more of a it's like an offensive garrison, isn't it? With the machine gun, just provides that little bit more support and allows you to hold that position a little bit more.
Oh yeah, if you get into the point, sometimes they get into the point and then they try and get a spawn wave off. You can defend it and try and get that spawn wave off now, rather like with that gun on the top. But before it was kind of like, well, I hope they don't see it.
Right. From Max, any supplies being dropped across the river? We can have a look at that.
Yeah, I've got supplies on your side in E5. Just.
If you keep your map up, let's see if my map compare still works. Look at that! Look at that! My thing that
nice.
I organised like ages ago still works. From the NRD team, it looks like they're pretty content to sit to their side of the bridge at the moment. They have marked infantry over the other side of the river, but that's the extent of their activity on the south side of the river, which is the EMV side.
I'm seeing a blueberry on the other... Hang on, one of the boys may have made it. He's made it to the end, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get across and have a look at Blue.
Here we go. He's sneaking. He's doing a... Is he crawling? And he's crawling. He is for sure. I noticed that on the map. And there's a blueberry on the end. How he's going to get past that half track, I don't know. Because he's got to watch those windows up the top, which can see down, and then he's got a half track shooting in the middle. So it's going to be...
I feel like he probably needs a little bit of support. Snazzy McGee's in the middle of the bridge. He's underneath, so let's switch over and have a look at that. Actually, just as I mentioned his name, he died. That's towards the middle of your screen at the moment. You can't win them all. Streamer's curse happens. Let me just deal with a little bit of stuff from chat. I can think of a few good ideas from Aaron Paul for this game in terms of vehicles and weapons. Yeah, and I just feel like implementing them, obviously, putting stuff in a new game, they've got to consider the competitive scene.
Just one moment. Torrin is going for the Gary on the bridge.
Let's have a look.
He got past and then he started turning around. I was like, he's coming back. He's going for the Gary. He just took out Blackbeard and 2 or 3 others. So he's currently sneaking and I think he's going for the Gary.
Do they know where the garrison is?
Yeah, I think he can see it and he's been told and he's turned around.
He's just taken out Spawny D. That's going to be the garrison. That is a huge
underneath
play.
As well, and they can't shoot him because he's now behind the pole. That's a good spot.
There you go. And the garrison going down to Torrin. That was a very good move. Bread sitting underneath the bridge. Let me just switch over to mine. We can see what the hell I'm talking about. Bread with his MG sitting underneath the bridge at the moment. I don't know whether anybody's told him, but the garrison above him's just been taken out.
I think he may have heard it, but there's not much you can do as MG unless you've got the not big MG. Watch your feet, X. You're gonna get shot.
There you go. Max says that's a solid half track. What we're talking about for. I love it. He's almost at the end game. Yeah, he is. Oh, how good do those flares look? Just those lighting effects. It's so delicious. There you go. Bread going down to X now. X, one hell of a player. Probably one of the best in OCE at the moment. He joined us the other day for a couple of games, and we were playing with Deadman already, and I do wonder whether or not it should be illegal for those two to play in a squad together. X taking down White.
So X seems to be holding the bottom of the bridge, and Torrin's got the top, because they are flipping it.
They are. There you go. EMV taking back the middle of the point at the moment. FedEx is going to go down and try and deal with X. Nope, he's still up the top. Never mind. That was just a trick of the light that made me think he was going down. Damon Lancer going down, probably to Torrin or Ringo then. FedEx is going down. X is going to be aware.
There goes Torrin. That was a well-placed grenade.
I'll tell you what. Just having a look here. Yes, X is in the middle, and we'll know that FedEx is there. Grenade out, trying to get him then. But there's a bit of fire support coming from the left of your screen at the moment. That'll be some of the... Torrin taken out by the grenade. Bread going down as well. You can see here that there's a bit of fire support coming from the EMV guys, and that'll be Winks from across the other side of the bridge with his machine gun. Just helping out that push in the middle by X.
OP up there? There is an OP. They've got an OP under the bridge. Looks like Recon's got their OP because he just appeared out of nowhere.
There you go. That's probably a good move from them.
But they have stopped the pushback because they're now all the way over the other side of the circle. So if they hunker down there, the other team's going to have to push through them just to get into the circle.
Yeah, that's true. X finally going down to Spawny D there. B-Man right next to Spawny D. I don't know whether is he where. No, he's under the bridge. Another trick of the light, ladies and gentlemen. Max says E-Rock would have hip-fired MG all of those guys. Because he's probably one of the best players. E-Rock, obviously, one of the best players. I don't deserve to have him around this channel, but I do have him around from time to time, and it makes me happy. There you go. NRD starting to cap back this middle now. It looks like they've mainly dealt with that threat. Turin going down to Prawn Hub, which is the current TFK commander at the moment. TFK commander? Have I spawned into the wrong side?
You're on, I'm on NRD side.
You are on the NRD side. You can't win them all. Oh, good lord. I was wondering when I was looking at X, I'm like, that classic NRD player X. Going, what are you? You win some, you lose some. What have I missed? I had to deal with a feline. I hope the cat's okay, my cat. I hope that cat got all the pats in the world. This isn't Stalingrad's dude. Okay.
This is Stalingrad. They're pushing into the point. New war veterans. They're getting it behind those boxes, but there's a couple of NRD boys under the bridge, so they are currently sitting in the middle.
Oh,
unless they can clear them out.
Gonna have to switch around all my fucking icons.
Oh,
There we go. There we go. Switch over to my camera. Switch over my goddamn icons.
there's a supply drop. Germans are dropping supplies on the bridge. They're probably going to try and get another garrison up.
Look, you'd
And
think
that
so,
one
huh?
landed nicely as well, rather than flopping down.
Did land nicely. Obviously, all the water buckets that are contained within those supply drop, within that supply drop, are going to be okay, and they're going to be able to make use of it and hopefully put up a Gary. Having a look at it now, they have consolidated the right-hand side of the bridge, and they'll start pushing lads up to try and take it. What you're seeing towards the top of your screen at the moment is the pushback from the TFK, from the NRD lads. Oh my god, I'm never going to get this right. Max says, are you even in the right match? I am in the right match! I am all sorts of professional. Obviously, I've got the spectator cam right, so hey, there's a satchel. Who doesn't love a good satchel?
Now
Aaron
the,
says,
the map rolled and then we didn't switch backside, so that's alright.
I wonder why I didn't roll with them. That's weird.
Oh, we did roll, but then with the way it landed, they all swapped to the other side, but then we didn't swap.
That makes a fair bit of sense now. Aaron says he did get lots of affection. Gotta look after the kitty cats. Gotta look after the kitty cats. Imagine that. I like to imagine this is a fight over water buckets. That's actually true. That's a little known fact. World War II was actually fought over water buckets. Little known fact. People talk about Nazism and the rise of fascism in Germany, but it was actually all about the water buckets. I'm going to switch over to your cam blue just so I can get a little bit of stuff done.
Yeah, I'm currently looking at a bunch of blueberries under the bridge and a couple of raspberries on top of the bridge. So they're walking. Oh, has RD spotted him? He's going to shoot him through the floor. He's going to do it.
Did you get him?
No, he didn't. I don't know. I think he can hear them running under, but you can't really shoot through the floor unless you get near one of those gaps in the bridge. There's a couple of holes that will fuck up your truck tires. I can confirm.
That's actually why they put them in, was specifically they were worried about the use of trucks on the bridge, so they wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Oh
Max
yeah,
says,
RD is currently coming in behind. He heard them. That's what he was probably doing. He heard them come from under him, and he's gone down the steps to go get him. But will he get Ringo? MG's not great for close quarters. Nope. No, it's not.
unless you're E-Rock, because that man has some sort of sixth sense with a... There you go. Max says 9 out of 10 historicans. That's not a word. 9 out of 10 historians hate this one fact. Clickbait title. I fucking love it. Max, I have fallen through said holes before. You and me both, brother.
Oh, yeah. You're running across the bridge. You're like, yep, let me pull my map up. Just gotta, and then next thing you know, you're like, whoop, in the water.
Right. Let me just action all those things. No mods in chat, I don't think. I don't think I've got any mods. So actioning all my Twitch stream bullshit and shenanigans.
I think there might be an engineer fight coming up. RD's sneaking up on Red Bull, it looks like. be staying under the bridge. If Red Bull goes down the stairs, I think he can get him. Because he's not looking the right way. Not quite sure. But NRD are pushing it back on the bridge and having a look. See if they can push him off. I don't know if they've got a garrison up though.
Let me have a look. Has EMV got a garrison up? No, all their garrisons and spawn points, they do have... the EMV side does have one OP on the middle. That will be Echo Squad. But aside from that, it's mainly out... Can I just say, they've marked up an enemy garrison on the north side of the bridge. Does NRD have anything on the north side of the bridge?
No, but they are currently dropping supplies.
Alright, so they're starting to consider it. That's... I really feel, next time when she switches in, I'd need to ask you, what are the rules of engagement for this training match? So I feel like there's a few things that we haven't been filled in, because there haven't been airheads, there haven't been any of those big flanks that you'd expect.
Probably it's a people person, a numbers thing, apparently. You don't have the numbers on a 15v15 to do some wide flanks, maybe send one or two on an airhead. Oh, last game there was one airhead and they just sent one person to get behind him, but maybe they've changed tactics because they have swapped sides so they can go now down the hill and up the hill.
Yeah.
Maybe
the rules have changed a little bit.
Maybe, or they've just decided nah, airhead didn't work, wasn't a point.
We're currently watching Chowie under the bridge at the moment. He's decided to nope the hell out of there. X is well aware that he's there. One hell of a player to be coming one-on-one against. Explosion! That looks like it was a grenade from FedEx coming down to help out his mate. X obviously does not have eyes in the back of his head. Can't fight on two fronts at once. Max says there was for sure an airhead in the American side earlier. Yeah. So I'm not too sure. They didn't seem to use it as you'd expect them to. So Chowie now going down. FedEx on his own in the middle of the bridge now, pushing up. Red Bull to his right. All he's got to do, turns around, gets the jump on Red Bull, continues his push down the middle, just using that truck we were talking about earlier as cover. And he won't know it, but there really isn't any NRD opposition in the middle of the bridge at the moment. Snazzy McGee is pushing out in the middle. Hopefully he sees him.
No, I think he's been taken out by that half track.
As soon as I mentioned Snazzy McGee going down, FedEx going down to Moose 357 now. Welcome anybody else that's joining the... we are actually live watching a competitive match. If you're just joining, feel free to ask some questions. Feel free to ask what the hell we're doing at the moment. And we are joined, of course, by our co-caster, BlueRoseJelly. One hell of a streamer. Go check her out. Let's do a sneaky little shout out for a little bit of BlueRoseJelly.
Ah, thank you.
What I should do is switch over to your cam whilst we do that, so people aren't watching me sitting in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I'm currently seeing the NRD team push back onto the bridge. They're coming up through those pylons, which is definitely the safest way to get up onto the bridge. You can pop all your OPs up in there as well, which is a great place to spawn. You can pop a garrison up in there.
Yeah.
Great feature that they have. And they're pushing back down the bridge. They do have to worry about that... I keep saying MG. It's the half track down the other end of the bridge. It just seems to be spraying them. So they've got to stay off the end, but they seem to be smoking at the moment.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to switch over to my screen now. That half track we're talking about, the MG on top of it isn't manned currently.
Then what's shooting? Is it just an MG?
I do believe throughout most of this match, there have been a bunch of lads sitting on either side of the river. Which there aren't. There's just a recon squad. That's a sniper and Prawn Hub. One hell of a Twitch name that is. Sorry, hell let loose name. Prawn Hub. Very good.
Maybe it's just someone lying on the bridge shooting down. Honestly, from this end, it looked like the half track was having a go. Oh, that was satchel.
It is. It looks like Augza. That name feels super weird in my mouth. Is pointing down with a machine gun, just getting that sort of covering fire down the middle of the bridge. All he can see from here is smoke, so he's really just putting that suppressing fire in and helping.
It's definitely working. I saw something explode. I'm not sure whether it was a grenade. I think it was a well-placed grenade. It took out 2 people. FedEx is coming up. He's coming around to Red Bull. Oh, there he goes.
Aaron says, if we can control ground vehicles, how come we can't control air vehicles? I guess that's the whole sort of different layer of physics that they'd have to implement in it. It would change the game somewhat. I think they've decided to focus on the ground war and use the use the aircraft as support. Like, I think that's the style of game we're going with. Dingo Pup. Hi, everyone. How the fuck are you doing, Dingo Pup? Goddamn pleasure to have you around these parts. Aaron says Prawn Hub. Wheeze. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Brad's gone up on the. He's gone up on the. And then now he's dead because I mentioned him. He was up top, just on that thing where the map change says, and he was shooting down at them. It's probably a really good way to get across from the smoke because you can't see anything on the ground. But up on those pylons, got to start using them a little bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I feel like I haven't considered enough in these. The map change has just gone through, so I guess we're going to call this a win from EMV.
I think so. I think that's one each.
1-1, we'll call that. Aaron just wants to know, Max first. I want battleship artillery strikes on Pacific Max. You would, as an ex-Navy lad yourself.
Yes.
That actually sounds delicious, doesn't it? I'm vaguely okay
As
with
an
this.
addition to like commander abilities, could you call in, or the artillery is on, so your artillery's from the gun, so technically it's a battleship
Yeah.
artillery.
Either you have the artillery just being like the guns on the ship, or I guess you could just have, you could have that commander ability instead of having the bombing runs. Obviously, it's not always easy to get a bomber into the Pacific theater. You could have that as a maybe a more tightly clustered artillery strike.
Like
That
the
could be
Katyusha
cool.
strikes, but you can't really add it to the commander ability because then it would just change all the maps and everything.
I'm going to switch over to our two heads if you're good to go, Blue.
Yeah.
We are in between matches. Ooh, you've got all dark and serious.
Yes, I don't have any lighting anymore. It's really annoying.
It's
Let's see who
it is. It adds to the mystery, I think.
that
But there you go.
For
Ladies,
sure.
that is BlueRoseJelly. She does have a face. I know it's a little on the dark side, but hey, you win some, you lose some. I'm going to have to catch up with chat just a little bit. Maxim and mortar teams. I feel like mortar teams were something I heard they were implementing. And I'd really look forward to that. I think they'd add a whole new dynamic to the game, and I'd look forward to it. Finnan, welcome. No delay. Absolutely zero delay on this channel. Finnan, it is a goddamn pleasure to have you around here. Maxim says, arty guns on American side, but you got to run through a beach. Right? Right. Finnan, the cave, that is BlueRoseJelly's gaming cave, obviously.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I appreciate every single human that has swung by the chat. It is a goddamn pleasure to have you. What are we doing today? If you're new,
Alright.
Winchy, how are you, mate?
Hello.
Hi, you got the two team captains here that tried organising this.
Oh, nice. Hello.
Yeah, Winchy, goddamn pleasure to have you. And who is the second team captain without me having to switch screens?
Blackbeard.
Oh, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Blackbeard. I've enjoyed some of your streams lately, my guy, and I enjoyed watching you guys play today.
What's going on, mate? How are you?
I am very, very well. Lads, thank you very much for those two games today.
Oh, it was a
Easy.
pleasure. Look forward to watching it back.
Yeah, the upload to YouTube will have a bit of a stutter at the start. I had to reintroduce it, but I did catch all the games, so you'll be right. It turns out when you want to record something, you have to press the record button.
Generally helps sometimes.
Yeah, I found that, and that's I'm learning. Winchy, that was a bit of fun. Fight over Remagen is always a good way to play things, and obviously with the reduced numbers, thank you very much for picking a map that let us get down and dirty.
No, all good. Glad you guys enjoyed.
Oh, I did. What did you guys have some takeaways? Was that the warm-up game that you were hoping, the training game that you were hoping? Did you both come away with it with some lessons learnt and some things that you'd improve for next time?
It'll be good to go back through and actually start to get a bit more info from the recording.
Yep.
It was interesting to see that the Germans won both bridge fights.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good to see that it can get capped from the US. On that
can, yep.
second game. But that just comes back down to a bit of squad and communication between the leaders there. But no, it was really good to see how that played out.
100%. And that's something we focused on a little bit in the, especially in that second game. That half track was providing that base of fire. That was huge. I think that worked really well.
Was that the second game? My half track?
Yeah, sitting up
Yeah.
just on that rail sort of tunnel thing.
Yep.
That was huge. Just that suppressive fire just didn't let people push up through the middle.
Right at the beginning, it just sprayed down and you can't get past it. And then I think it stopped and they started pushing from the American side.
Max from chat says, I've played on Blackbeard's team before. He is not to be trifled with. There you go. A little bit of Twitch chat. A little bit of love for you in the Twitch chat there, Blackbeard.
Yeah.
And apparently from chat, we need to ask, have you considered building a bridge across the river with supply trucks? we figured out it'll take you about 10,000 fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a late game strategy for you, but that's just my chat trying to help you out, trying to give you strategies moving forward.
We have to try that sometime.
It's when you spend the first hour and 20 minutes making the bridge and you realize that they're aware of it and you can't cross it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure people get up their damn nodes as well.
Oh, I know. Blackbeard, did you have fun today?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Exactly what I was thinking it was going to be. Absolute chaos and bullets raining down from all sectors. And it did not... It was very impressive.
Yeah, it absolutely was. A good bunch of lads in there. I did notice it seemed to be a bit of a TFK EMV combined team then.
Correct, yeah.
Which is good,
Yeah,
good. Yep.
No, it was. We were a bit undernumbered, a little bit less than we thought we would be.
Yep.
So when she brought the TFK boys in, and they did really well.
Yeah,
so it'd be good to have some good fights with them.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good bunch of lads playing for TFK as well. I do feel a little bad. Yep, go Winchy.
A huge shout out to the TFK guys. Like less than 10 minutes notice to come and join in and help build numbers.
100%.
And they were able to just jump to the plate and step up like that. That was just great to see.
Yeah, 100% it is. We did focus on X a little bit just because he is one hell of a hell let loose player.
He's a mongrel. He's a bloody mongrel.
I had a stream the other day where I was playing a little bit with Deadman and X joined our team. And I was sort of thinking it should be illegal for those two to play in the same squad in a pub match. I'm thinking about doing a little something with them moving forward, just because they're probably two of the best players we have in OCE. Obviously, we have a lot of good lads, but look, how do you fight against that?
You throw Deadman into the equation with X anytime. You throw Iron up there, and
Iron, 100%.
And I'm pretty certain Ginger's another one of those messy ones. You throw the four of them together, you've got a bit of a death squad right there.
Yeah.
BlueRoseJelly, did you have any big standouts that you enjoyed watching today?
Oh, just everyone. I haven't really I didn't get to play in the BPL because I was a new member, so it was good to see like the teams that we were up against and the new teams as well. Because I've only volunteered and stuff, so I was like, "Oh, cool! These are the people I've heard the names, I've heard whispers, but haven't actually like seen them play and everything." So that was really cool.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Aussie Blackbeard, are there any of your lads that you feel need a quick shout out? Who really performed well for you guys today?
Oh, for my boys from the MU boys, probably Pancakes. Pancakes, definitely top lad. Yeah, he got in there nice and deep. RD as well, not one of my boys, one of when she's lads, but got in there with us and got down in the dirt and pushed up while taking all the bullets.
Oh, dude, 100%. And especially on this bridge, we were sort of noticing that it was really some of those top players that we've just spoken about then that managed to get themselves into good positions, had that sort of fire from a sector that the enemy wasn't expecting. And that really that was what helped teams turn the tide in the middle of the bridge, I think.
Yeah.
But we might start wrapping it up if it's all right. I'll say a quick...
Thank you.
quick thank you to Winchy and Aussie Blackbeard. Thanks for putting that together. And you know what? Thanks for letting us come cast it. It was definitely something that hadn't really seen before. And I feel like in the lead up to the BPL, which is, I guess, what everyone's looking forward to, is watching some of these lead up games, watching the squads consolidate, the teams consolidate how their squads are going to communicate, how it's going to work. I think it's really, really good to sort of see this lead up. So thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
No worries.
No worries, and thank you.
Yeah,
Catch
appreciate
us
it,
up.
mate.
More than a pleasure. BlueRoseJelly, a special thank you for you. Thanks for coming to co-cast with this one. It was a bit of a different one, but thank you very much.
Nah, all good. I enjoyed these. I especially like the admin cam and being able to fly around and be like, oh, I've been there. I did that. And then seeing people get into spots and you go, oh, I gotta try that for next time. Like up on the bridge.
Oh.
Sometimes people can get up onto certain roofs and you're like, oh, I gotta figure out how to get up in there and stuff, hiding in good spots. So it's always fun to do these things.
100%. And it's always a pleasure to have you. I know I've given the plug out like a billion times. BlueRoseJelly, if you can chuck a quick hi in chat just so people know who to click and how to follow you. Because, look, honestly, if you're not following BlueRoseJelly on
I just freeze every time I see you through me hands all over you.
Oh my theme music.
Electric blue.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is BlueRoseJelly's theme music. She made me record that, and the downside is you guys have to listen to me play guitar, which is bad for everybody involved, I feel. Thank you very much for the... Go follow that one. Maxim's in chat. He's got a damn good thing happening on YouTube at the moment. He has been dealing with cutting together all our GeoGuessr stuff, WarGuessr stuff we've been doing most weeks. We'll try and keep that one going. Team Blue versus Team Stew. It's currently tied 1 apiece after she took away the victory yesterday.
And we only just did round 3, so it was a tie for the first game. So, we're
2 points
score
apiece.
is 2-2, even though we just did round 3. So don't worry about it, guys. The math does check out.
Being in chat says, I think the singing was worse. I felt like that went better than they usually do. Aaron just died to a KV1. Yeah, on that note, on that bombshell, we're going to go to a stream ending screen, or we're going to go raid somebody in the Hell Let Loose community, or, friend of the stream. We'll have a look. I'm sure there's somebody playing something that I can chuck you guys. It has been a goddamn pleasure. Thank you to everybody that swung by the stream. Thank you for following. Thanks for the subs. You guys are fucking amazing. And I genuinely love you. Don't tell my wife that. She really hates it when I... That's fine. I have a contract. I can always point to that, say, I signed the contract. It's fine.
It's fine. I have to. 3 times the stream.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, look after yourselves. Snitzy is playing Hell Let Loose. There you go. We're going to go raid Snitzy.
Yeah.
How can I raid anybody else? As always, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves. If you can manage to do that, see if you can't look after somebody else. I'll see you guys. I think I'm back tomorrow, normal stream time. We'll see how we go. But love each and every one of you. Let's get a bit of stream ending stream going. Take care.